And now from the demi-monde of unreliable raconteur and rascals, we give you Russ El Pepe Desaulnier.
That's a pretty tough act to follow, all that energy for a guy my age. I mean, you having a good time so far? Well, listen, thanks for coming down tonight. Excuse me, on my way down Willamette Street, I had to follow behind this guy for several blocks, and he had a bumper sticker that said, "Take your country back." I don't get it. Who's this addressing? The Lakota Sioux? Maybe the Cherokee Nation, huh? I don't know. In any case, it begs the question, huh? Take the country back from who? Corporate America? I don't think so. When we sold the country to them, we didn't even get a receipt. We got nothing. Maybe take your country back's just a call to us to get on our cowboy hats and boots and go line dancing. Anyway, there's always some people that are in denial about what's really going on, huh? But I have to tell you, denial has nothing to do with older guys chasing young women. That's just biology. I mean, they may be old and their knees achy, but one joint, by God, is relentless. There's always... Why is that so funny? All right, there's always some old geezers that still think that the warranty on a new hot sports car comes with a young hot babe. You can see them in the warm weather, cruising around with the convertible top down. That's their way of flashing. Me, I've been married a really long time. I'm talking since the invention of fire. But when I sit down and watch the TV soap, The Young and the Restless, I no longer feel old and settled. Speaking of settled, we've been settled in our couches way too long. I mean, obesity is so common now, you really have to wonder about the causes. I mean, of course, there's denial and gluttony. But what about in those cases where people have put on the equivalent or packed on the equivalent weight of another person? Maybe it was desperation for company. There's no question that we eat too much as a nation, as a people, way too much. And part of the reason for that is that we buy too much. Those people at Costco, they know what they're doing. But what the hell are you going to do with a case of ketchup unless you're staging the production of the St. Valentine's Day Massacre? But as Dr. Oz would tell you, you really ought to read your labels, your ingredients on food. I mean, people who mindlessly eat packaged food for 20, 30 years, they won't need embalming. But on the other hand, the healthy, organic, natural food thing goes too far sometimes. It's fat-free, sugar-free, sodium-free, wheat-free, gluten-free, soy-free, and on. It's taste-free. It's so damn pure you ought to have to say grace before you can eat it. It isn't enough that we have good food these days. We got to have personal counselors called life coaches. What the hell is a life coach? What? It's just somebody, he meets his people in a locker room, makes them sit on hard benches, rouses them with stirring speeches, maybe even makes them Tebow and whacks them on the ass as they go out the door. Go get them, kid. Speaking of coaches, aren't you all glad, ladies, that football season is over? Now you can get the attention you deserve from your guy on the weekends, But listen, don't be surprised if he asks you to go wide and deep in bed. He's probably still suffering PFSD, that's post-football season disorder. Other symptoms include yelling touchdown at inappropriate moments and asking for replays. Agreeable, responsive, gratifying, satisfying, interactive, delightful. These are all words that I could use to describe this wonderful audience tonight. There's so many choices in the English language. But all we get nowadays is awesome this and awesome that. I mean, what's happened to our use of English? I mean, I have to tell you folks, it really sucks. But anyways, gentlemen, you are awesome.
Funny, and I just want to say, 1st and 10, do it again.